let's see, Master Chief, Shoot 'em Man.
It's kind of a 5. And it's like, that's such a disparity.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally, they paid you to give them an 8.
Yeah, and it's crazy that they went for the gun game.
I know, for real. Out of all of them.
I mean, Oblivion's the knife game.
It is.
You guys are way more coded for that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the BroadBoys podcast. I'm Cade. This is Micah. Welcome to episode 10. We love 10s. We love 10 so much. Before the tier list system that is oh so popular now, it was top 10s. It was all about Watch Mojo. So we felt like we would embody the number 10 today by just going through our top 10 games of all time, but not just going through them, mind you. We want to make it a game, make it something fun. So really test our knowledge of each other, kind of like a wedding game, but, slightly more romantic.
Absolutely.
So what I told Micah to do is, Micah, I need you to collect your top 10 games of all time, which he had an issue with the number. Apparently, he went for 20.
I did go for 20. It was very hard to pick 10.
Not the assignment.
I picked 20.
Yep.
And then he forced me about 10 minutes ago to pick 10, which was tough.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you want to go first? Or you want to go first? So we're gonna guess each other, and we'll see how well we do.
Should we add like a couple questions?
Yeah. I mean, I think hints are fine.
Is it your number one or one of them? Are we doing like 1 through 10? Or are we doing just start crossing them off?
Just start crossing them off. We'll see.
Okay.
So we'll do how we'll do it is maybe 3 yes or no questions. Obviously, don't give the answer an obvious answer to the question, but you can do yes or no questions that seem reasonable, and I guess we can judge what's reasonable.
Okay.
To give hints in order to find out what are our top 10 games, I'm not expecting you personally to get a couple of mine. I think.
Okay.
I have no idea. I think I'm going to do pretty bad on yours, but we'll see. See.
Okay.
So how about you start guessing mine? I got mine pulled up.
Do you
right
have
here.
a JRPG on there or a couple?
Yes or no questions. So choose one.
Do you have a couple JRPGs on there?
Yes.
Is one of them Persona 5?
Okay. Well, that's just a guess.
I'm picking one. Yeah.
Yeah. So Persona 5 is on there. It's my number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great game. Fantastic game.
Do you want me to keep going till I miss one, or do you want to ask?
No. We'll just keep going.
Okay.
Just keep running mine until we go through all of them.
Is one of them a Final Fantasy game?
No Final Fantasies on my top 10.
Well, that's a tragedy. Okay.
I do love Final Fantasy, but
I'm really blanking on any JRPGs you might have.
That's okay.
Totally talked about multiple times. Is there a Dragon Quest on there?
No, not yet.
Oh,
not yet. Haven't found a Dragon Quest to really get there.
Is there?
I'm still on 5.
Side scroller.
No.
This is difficult.
There you go. There are your questions.
Okay. Their COD game. Call of Duty, Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Well, Black Ops 3 is on there at my number 5 slot. Yes.
Yes.
So, good job.
Go.
That's good. I talk about that one enough to where.
Okay, I don't think I could guess anymore without more questions. So your turn to ask me.
All right, yeah, sure. Obviously, you're a big city builder guy. I have a feeling. Well, first of all, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is on there.
Yes, Baldur's Gate 3 is on there.
I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is on there.
That is also on there.
I think Rocket League might be on there in your top 10.
No.
Rocket League's not in your top 10.
10.
How many hours do you have in Rocket League?
500-600.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you have a multiplayer game on there. CSGO.
It was on my 20, but I did not pick it for top 10.
All right. I'm gonna hold off on asking questions until I feel like I'm actually out of my resources. I feel like you might have Civ 6 on here. You might. Or Civ 5. Okay. Civ 4? I don't know. There's no way you like a Civ game older than 5.
I don't have any.
Yeah, you don't
Civ
have a
games
Civ
on
game.
Here. No.
That's fine. You have Skyrim in your top 10?
It was in my top 20, but I did not keep it.
Witcher 3.
Yes.
Okay, Witcher 3. Yeah, I knew you would have an RPG, like a large medieval RPG like that. In fact, half your list is probably medieval. I mean, we've been talking recently about Frostpunk, but I don't think it's a top 10 game for you. I think that, let's see, if I know Micah, which I don't.
Shoot, he knows me so well.
You probably, would you put a sandbox game? Would you put like Gmod or Tabletop Simulator? Because Tabletop Simulator is kind of cheating.
You're in. There is a sandbox game in
Minecraft?
Here. Yes.
Okay.
Minecraft is in there. Do you
Fair
have
enough.
Minecraft on yours?
No, I don't.
That's crazy.
Looking at it,
It really should be.
it should be, but I don't know what I would replace here. I like all these games better.
That's what I had such a big problem with.
Yeah.
Well, you're missing a couple.
Okay. How many have I gotten?
6.
Okay. 6.
5. Sorry.
5.
Yep.
I got half the list. Medieval theme. Come on, medieval theme.
Came out in 2022.
Okay. Elden Ring?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
Elden
one
Ring.
of them.
Yep. Elden Ring is a great game,
Yes.
obviously. Even though you haven't even beat the DLC at this
I'm
point.
very close.
Really?
Yes.
Like how close?
I've got 2 bosses left, I think.
Yeah, well the last
Um,
boss is half the game time anyway, so
Fair enough.
you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Man, I'm really thinking hard. Shoot. Could you have gone for a childhood game? I mean, that's kind of the Minecraft pick though, right? Maybe. All right. I'll ask you a yes or no question.
Okay.
I'll ask some yes or no questions. Are any of your remaining games like PlayStation 1?
Technically, also
Okay,
PC
cross-platform.
though. Yep.
Shoot. Dang. Are any of your games? Ooh, this is. See, this is the nice part about us is that we have very different tastes.
I know.
So you're in like way more
I've
spreadsheet
got-
games. You don't have like RimWorld on there, do you?
It's in my top
In
20.
your top 20?
It's in my top 20. I did not keep it though.
Yeah. Good. I don't know, man. You might just need to
The remaining ones.
give me a hint. Give me a hint.
I have 2 that are pre-2010.
Really?
Yeah. One from 2005 that I know you know.
Well, we just went over 2005. No way. Age of Empires?
No.
Did I already say that?
No, you did not,
Okay. 2005.
The shooter.
Call of Duty.
No.
2005 shooter. Gosh, I should know this.
You should.
Man, I'm struggling to
The
remember
classic
what
version of a remake that we've dissed on a couple times.
Halo? No, not a Halo. Half-Life.
No. You were close with Halo.
The Xbox. Let's see, Master Chief, Shooter Man.
Different space game.
Mass Effect.
No.
Or Star Wars: Knight of the Old Republic.
It is a Star Wars game.
Or Star Wars
Oh, come on,
first-person
you are
shooter. I know it.
it.
Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Battlefront 2 classic.
Gosh, that sucks that I couldn't figure that out for so long.
There's only one more I think you would know. For sure.
Is it the other pre-2010 one?
No, I don't think you would know that one.
Okay, that's fine.
You want me to just give you the last couple?
Yeah, just give me the last few. And
So-
actually go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
10 to 1. Hit me with it.
10 to 1. So my number 10, probably lowest here, would be Battlefront 2 Classic.
Mm-hmm.
9 would probably be Minecraft. 8, Kingdom Come Deliverance. 7, I don't know where I really want to put this. Let's put 7 as Crusader Kings 2.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, all good.
I've seen the name, but I would not have gotten that.
Yeah. I mean, I was debating Crusader Kings 3, but there's just more content in 2 right now.
Okay.
Someday 3
I
will
don't
be
know.
there.
I have no idea.
What was the number? Was it
7.
7? 6. Mountain Blade Warband,
Okay,
2009.
I have seen your Steam profile pop up with you playing that before.
Yes. It is my most played game.
Your
on Steam.
most played game.
Yes.
How many hours, dare I ask?
1,200, 1,300, something like that.
That's not as much as I thought it'd be.
I spread them out.
Yeah. Sure.
And then I've got, let's go Minecraft, Witcher 3, Elden Ring, War Thunder,
Oh gosh, yeah.
Hollow Knight, and then Baldur's Gate
You have
3.
a lot of time in War Thunder.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight. Oh gosh, I should have guessed that.
That was the other one.
That's in your top 10. You just played that recently.
Dude, I played the crap out of that recently.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. That's fair. All right, but now we're back to me, and I think most of my games are pretty well known. There may be
Is there a Star Wars game in there?
no Star Wars. There's only maybe one game you wouldn't really know.
Is there a Bethesda game in there?
Yes.
Fallout 3, New Vegas.
New Vegas.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't think you'd pick. Is there another Fallout game, or you just
Nope.
pick New Vegas?
Nope, just New Vegas. All right, here. I'll help you out. I only did one game per series, which is going to make you upset when you learned about one game later on, but only one game per series is what I did.
Okay.
Because it helped me decide.
So you only picked one COD game.
Mm-hmm.
You only picked one Fallout game.
Yep.
No way you chose. Did you choose Oblivion as one? No. Only one Bethesda game.
Well, yes, only one Bethesda game.
You didn't pick Minecraft.
Nope. Sorry. Even though that's probably the game I put one.
And you didn't pick a Final Fantasy game.
No Final Fantasies. Though I would put, if I had to pick one, it'd be Final Fantasy 6 or 3, depending on what.
A good choice.
But 7's close. But those would be like top 20 games, not necessarily top 10.
You said no side scrollers. Any platformers?
No, I don't think so.
Is there a Nintendo game on there? Other than Persona
Yes,
5?
there are Nintendo games.
Is there a Mario game?
Yeah.
See,
that should help you out. You got a Mario game that's not a side scroller.
Super Mario World?
That's a side scroller.
Is it?
Yeah. 2D platformer.
Okay.
That genre you love so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the 3D one?
It's not a platformer. I already said it's not a platformer.
Yeah.
It's a Mario game that's not a platformer.
Are you talking about Smash Bros?
No, well, that's on there, but...
Brawl or Melee or Ultimate?
Yeah, Ultimate.
Interesting.
I would say Ultimate's my favorite game.
Interesting. And that's not the Mario game you're talking about?
No. It is not. Even though Mario is in it, Mr. Jumpman does occupy space on the roster, but I would not consider it a Mario game.
Which Mario game are you have there?
All right. Which Mario game is it's Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you would get.
No, I would not have gotten that. That's an interesting pick.
You know, my Minecraft skin is Gino from that game. I'm sure you've heard me say Gino once.
I have, yes.
Before. That's the game that character's from.
Interesting.
I wish that character got put in Smash. I was one of those guys, but I've wanted him since like Smash 4 Brawl. So, and it seemed like there was a chance back then, but there was not, unfortunately. And if maybe the timing was better with this remake, maybe it could have happened if the stars aligned. But that's fine.
How many are left?
You have let's see, you've got
left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have half.
Crap. I only actually guessed 4.
I know.
Any other shooters?
Not in the way you're thinking.
Okay. Third person shooter?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a Souls game on there?
Yes, there is a Souls game.
And it's not Elden Ring.
What makes you say that?
I don't know. A part of me thinks you're more of a Dark Souls 3 fan.
I am more. That is the game on the list.
Okay, good.
I personally like Dark Souls 3 better just because it's a bit more like refined with the levels, and I like going through it a bit more than.
See, I
Elden
also
Ring.
would not have been surprised if you were a Bloodborne guy over.
Well, I haven't even played Bloodborne.
Oh,
even though
you have it on the. You have it, right?
No, how can I play it?
On your
No, that's PS4 games. I can't run that. It's a bit too advanced. And also emulator, you can't even emulate the game. Well, there was a recent development this morning where modders have gotten Bloodborne to run on a PS4 emulator. And it's very spotty, but they had an uncapped FPS thing. So it was 120 FPS Bloodborne. It was for a very small amount of time because it's still a work in progress. But man, it was glorious. It was amazing. It was glorious.
That would be very exciting.
If they remade that game, I'd be all over that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's your Souls game, Dark Souls 3.
I cannot genuinely think of another one.
You can't think of any other games I like?
Do you have an MMO in there?
No MMOs.
No MMOs.
No. What MMO would I put in? World of Warcraft?
Monster Hunter?
Okay. The first M is massive multiplayer online.
It is technically massive.
No, it is. Okay, no way.
I would consider Monster Hunter to be an MMO.
No. Okay, maybe by technicality.
Is Monster Hunter World in there?
Yes, Monster Hunter World is on there. So there you go. Hey, there's another one. See, you know that one.
What is that, 7?
Yeah.
3 more?
Yeah. Here, I'll give you a hint on these.
Okay.
2 are Nintendo series, or they live on Nintendo consoles.
Yep.
1 is a game that came out 2019, but
Pikmin
is 2019. Or are you talking about the Nintendo stuff?
Nintendo stuff. Is Pikmin one?
No, Pikmin's not on here. Okay. But this other game, I've talked about it a bit, but it came out in 2019. But I didn't play it until recently. It has been the game that I had the least expectations for that impressed me the most, I would say, out of any game.
You've talked about it, haven't you?
I have. I don't know about it on the pod.
Is Zelda one of those games? No Zelda game?
I like Zelda, but not.
I mean, I would never put it up top for me either. But
yeah.
I cannot think of your last 3. What are they?
That's okay. So, yeah, let me get the numbers out. I just put my phone away. Let me pull it back out. Number 10, Fallout New Vegas. Number 9, Pokemon Black and White. You forgot about Pokemon, which I do like.
Yeah,
I don't say it too publicly, but I do like Pokemon.
It's a fair stance.
Yep. 8, Monster Hunter World. Though Wilds, I bet will dethrone it. There's been a lot of stuff coming out about that. 7, Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars. 6, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That's the other JRPG you missed.
I should have known.
No, it's fine. I wouldn't have expected you to get that. Number 5 was Black Ops 3. Number 4, this is the last game you didn't get, was Hitman 3. Hitman. I love Hitman. I'm a believer now in Hitman. It's insane how awesome that game is. So, good game.
And your last couple?
2 is Persona 5, 1 is Smash Ultimate. So, Smash Ultimate is probably my best game of all time. So, how do you with that being your top 10, why do you find those games cooler than all the other games out there?
I think the struggle is I don't even consider these to be the best games that I've played.
No, I mean it's your favorite.
Yeah, they're my favorite games. Whether it's replayability or it just captures my attention for a long time. I think those are what makes it my top 10. Hollow Knight out of that entire list is probably the one I've played the least of. But I also have not sat down and played. That's the first time I've played a platformer like that I have been so invested in.
Yeah.
That is a platformer that just drew me in. And so it deserves a spot on that list.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of those experiences that you maybe not, you have not had yet. There are a lot of amazing gems in there.
Yeah.
And so War Thunder was your number 2. Do I have that right? Or is that
I struggle with placement because it's a love-hate relationship.
So when you're booting up War Thunder, what are you hoping to get out of that experience?
An absolutely amazing time of destroying enemy tanks and planes and crushing noobs online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
More often than not, though, it's me, the one getting crushed and destroyed.
Okay.
I will say, if anyone out there, has played War Thunder, they completely understand what I'm talking about here. It is a grind that is both rewarding and extraordinarily frustrating.
Okay.
most War Thunder players will actually say they hate the game, but they keep playing it anyway. So
Yeah. Like League players.
it's kind of like League players, yeah.
What a great comparison and first impression for me. Yeah, I do not get it. Your brain is wired so much different than mine when it comes to games. Because like I don't, when I'm looking at my games, like Smash is I have a history of Smash, but if we take up most of my games actually are very like character or focused. Like even Dark Souls, the bosses are like I love the bosses in Dark Souls 3. Like that's a big part of what makes me like games is like characters, aesthetics, basic setting, and honestly like gameplay, just like straight up gameplay. Which I imagine that goes for both of us too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, what drives me generally, and as you see it through most of my games, it's the ability to play how you want to play. I guess.
So you like the freedom with most of those games.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've always struggled with linear games. Like some of the best games I've played are linear games, but they're not the ones that bring me the most satisfaction or joy.
I mean, that's interesting because when I play linear games, there's a part where, I like to experience it the way it is, but then there's also like breaking the linear structure of the game is also an awesome experience. Like Mario 64.
Yeah.
Breaking that game is so cool. Like Hollow Knight. Well, not Hollow Knight isn't that broken.
Hollow Knight sort of has like skips.
Yeah. Or just like pushing a game to like its limit too and like getting numbers down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome too. So.
Yeah, because like Hollow Knight, I spent
or even like sequence breaking.
Yeah, sequence breaking.
You can do that.
Yeah, because I spent 14 hours on my first run, doing everything in order, whatever. And then so I 100% the game in just under 2 months.
Yeah.
And I could have done it in one if I hadn't taken a trip. But by the end, I was, speed running Steel Soul in under an hour.
Yeah.
I could have done it quicker, but I was just doing it for the achievements. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because I really think there's games that just have that X factor.
Oh, I know, right?
And your X factor is way different.
Yeah.
Because even like a game like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, most people, not most, but there's a lot of people that don't like that game even as Xenoblade fans. Just because it's a lot more anime aesthetic or it's like a bit more awkward with the dialogue and stuff. But I really like the characters in that game. There's a gacha system in the game where that's how you unlock like your companions, which sounds stupid.
Yeah,
it kind of is, but it's not like pay to win.
Yeah,
you can't. It's a single player game, but like unlocking those characters and each of those characters have like their own quest stuff and side content feels like meaningful in that game.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I think there is a level of we both probably understand and have similar points where games just make sense and they're fun, but we have different enjoyment levels for each of those.
Yeah, and I think Monster Hunter might actually be a good middle ground between those two.
Yeah,
because the progression we feel it might be like different, but it's like it's seeing the stats go up, or it's seeing like, hey, my weapon looks like has a cooler design now, or it's like, oh man, I feel stronger because when I fought that Rathalos the first time I got whooped, and now second time I'm like destroying him. So like those sorts of feelings we get, and that's present in a lot of different kinds of games.
I agree. There's like middle grounds that we both find enjoyment, like Monster Hunter, Minecraft. I know you've played Skyrim before.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it.
I'm starting another playthrough right now.
Fallout New Vegas was in my maybe top 10. So there are definitely games that, we have overlapping.
Yeah.
Right? But our peak enjoyment of games is completely different spectrums.
Yeah. And I enjoy that because, on one hand, sometimes the podcast to me feels like we're explaining different things to each other, but I like that a lot actually, because even though we're both super into gaming, it's like, two very different sides. And so I was like, well, why, like, what's the deal about that? Or why does that matter? And like, well, why do you even like that? Stuff like questions like that are fun to hear.
Yeah.
So, and because we love to hear it so much, be sure to leave your top 10 games down in the comments and explain to us why our opinions are wrong about why I like Dark Souls 3 better or why Mike is like top 10 games are like red flags for the alt-right pipeline.
Okay. Okay. That's not fair.
Who knows? It's kind of right.
Okay.
No. I'm just, I would never be serious about that. Anyway, so in terms of news, we have
Black Myth Wukong just had official gameplay releases to reviewers. And so it's crazy how quick that was between the turnaround of here's a full gameplay trailer, which we hadn't gotten to. Here's the actual game being released to players.
Which scared me at the beginning because I'm like, why are they not showing gameplay for so long? Yeah, it must be trash. It's not trash. It's not, and I would even say from what I've seen, it looks awesome.
Yeah,
and the enemy designs look sick. I love the way the abilities look. They kind of knock the aesthetics out of the park with it.
I've watched a lot of reviewers that I trust because you cannot trust the big ones. IGN is not a real news source anymore.
I mean, that's a whole thing. Well, I mean,
dude, every IGN game gets a 7, regardless of anything.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a couple different points to that. I think it's why do we even look at reviews in the first place? I think it's to validate our own feelings about whatever,
I don't want to waste my money is the big part.
That's your big thing. So
that's my big thing.
If someone gives it an 8 or a 9, you're like, all right, this person.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is because most of the reviewers you're probably talking about are individual people.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And so that's why you're able to get a sense of this person is harsh on this genre or doesn't like this genre that much, but likes this genre a lot and maybe is a bit biased towards it. Yeah. IGN, you can't, it doesn't happen.
There's nothing.
Depending on who you get out of the lottery, it could be, Elden Ring's a 10 or Elden Ring's a 7,
Yeah, I saw the reviewers who were freaking out about Elden Ring initially when it was released. And they were saying that it was too hard, and you could tell they just got stuck at an optional boss right at the beginning. And if you played it, you know what it is, right? It's the Tree Sentinel.
Yeah.
And, so many players just got turned off right there, even though you don't need to fight him.
Yeah. So I feel like taking IGN or GameSpot's just number is... I mean, honestly, I think that's what's damaging the entire thing as a whole is that us as gamers and people... just want to see the quick answer. We don't actually want to read through a whole article. We don't actually want to watch a whole video.
Yeah.
We just want to see the score.
Yeah, it's my money worth it, right?
Yeah, and the quick and easy answer is just to have the number at the end.
Yep.
But because we're number reliant, it makes the whole thing it makes the number way too important.
Yeah.
And you don't really get the actual. Hey, do you actually maybe the gameplay is great, but maybe this guy took it down a number because the voice acting wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the voice acting. It's like...
Speaking of game reviewers, are there any that you watch specifically?
Reviewers?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay.
I kind of just get the general vibes.
And that's fair.
And also, most of the time, I know what I'm going to like beforehand.
Are you like someone who goes on Reddit or are you a Twitter stan? You want to see what people say about it?
Yeah. I mean, I think
because you got to get a feel from somewhere, right?
Yeah. So the feel I generally get from, and even though it's typically Twitter, just general what are just random people saying about it, and typically that doesn't really affect it that much because even when Starfield came out, I read through Twitter. I still bought I returned it, but I still bought the game and I played it.
And
I was like, man.
They were
right. Return that crap. But I'll probably buy it when it goes on sale. And maybe it could get a couple
at
years.
least for Starfield, I've seen some improvements.
Yeah, that's fine. But, generally my process is I typically know what games I like. And even if they're new IPs, like Phantom Blade Zero, which, hopefully comes out soon. When I saw that trailer, I was like, I like that game. I want that game. There's a lot of games like Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, a very different kind of game where it's more pixelated, chunky graphics, but the gameplay looked great. And I saw that, and I was like, man, that game looks good.
Yeah.
I want that game.
Absolutely.
So most of the time, my gut feelings are typically correct, but what I do is sometimes I'll go on a limb and get a sleeper pick or I don't know about the genre, but I'm gonna play it anyway.
I guess the big trouble I have is Steam refund is 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
And for a lot of games, 2 hours is just learning to play.
A lot of your kind of games.
A lot of my type of games, yes. Which leads to me needing to see something.
That's fine.
in the sense of like Black Myth Wukong, they were very much like, this is not a Souls game. It is a sort of like,
they made Neo again.
Yeah,
that's what I was seeing.
Yeah,
and I like Neo. Neo 2 is amazing.
That's a good.
You should play Neo.
I should. I've seen like gameplay of it.
Might be too hard for you though.
Oh really?
That's how I get you.
That's how you're gonna get me to play it.
Neo 2. Neo 2 is awesome. You should play Neo 2. You don't even need to play Neo 1. You can just play Neo 2. Neo 1's great, but Neo 2 is like, it's sick. It's a lot more fast paced, a lot more like combat's just not just pressing a button. It's like there's different stances you got to go between, and it's a lot more intensive in the combat, which it took a while to get used to. But it's like, oh, this is sick now, and the weapons are awesome. The weapons are awesome, which is another similarity with Monster Hunter. But
yes, I mean, I'll put on my list.
On your list, yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
If you want me to bump it closer to the top, I can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I could just show you gameplay of me playing it, and then you can decide from there. But I will say, in terms of influential people that like have an effect on me buying something, it would maybe be like, all right, I think between a game being awesome and a game being bad are two different things.
Yes.
Like if random people are saying the game is bad, I'm way more likely to think the game is bad versus if those same people said, oh, this game's good. Yeah. I'm way less likely to be like, all right, this game might be good. I'm way more like, which I think that's just how people work.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot harder to get a good review than a bad review.
Yeah, exactly. So in terms of influential people, I mean, the first person I heard about Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom from was a YouTuber called Coney.
Okay.
He's just a variety guy. But, back in the day, it was like Game Explain. Or like the, or John.
Yeah.
Or
I get quite a bit of like mine from like Worth a Buy. I like his reviews. I also watch Gamer X, which is it's like a small like wannabe IGN, but I really like their journalists, and they do a really good job at showing, hey, this is my first time playing it. Here's my opinion on it. Here's the objective good and bads, and this is what I like about it.
Sweet.
And so I really like that because it feels more organic than IGN. Because like what was the Redfall? I watched IGN do their review of Redfall, and they were talking about how great the game was, and then they gave that's the shooter game with the vampires and stuff.
Isn't that technically Bethesda?
I
Xbox Studios
don't remember,
like
but
Vampire one.
Sorry, IGN I think gave it like a tentative 8 during their pre-release gameplay, and then when they finally released the game to regular reviewers, everyone was like, "This game isn't even finished." And people were like, IGN, what are you even doing? And then after the game full released, IGN said, well, the 8 we gave was in early access, and now we're like, it's kind of a 5. And it's like, that's such a disparity.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally, they paid you to give them an 8.
Yeah, I mean, large scale reviewers, I don't really put much merit in like anymore. I mean, I'll still look at numbers just to see like generally, all right, what's like the baseline for what does the gaming industry think about this? And I'm like, all right, now what do actual people think?
Yeah.
But like, I've been noticing there's been such a bias against like Eastern studios.
Yeah.
Because like, all right, if like Lies of P, Stellar Blade, which came out earlier this year.
Yep.
Black Myth Wukong. All of these are sitting around like 7.9.
Yep.
8 like for IGN.
Yeah, and that's very generous.
And that's generous.
Sorry, that's generous from like IGN.
From IGN, yes. And they gave like Starfield like an 8.4, 8.5.
I know, right?
It makes me think like if Lies of P had the FromSoft title, it would have gotten a 9 or 10. It would have been Game of the Year nominee for sure.
Yeah, no, Lies of P is a phenomenal game.
It should have been the Game of the Year nominee. But like, I feel like there's kind of a bias towards not known Eastern studios, and it's a little weird. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know, obviously.
Well, that's once again, it's a lot easier to give good reviews to people you trust too, right? Yeah. So, like for instance, the studio that's doing Black Myth Wukong, they are a mobile game studio. This is their first PC game.
Same with Lies of P and same with Stellar Blade too. Yep. These were like fresh, like first or second games, and they were awesome. But I feel like, because they didn't have the name behind it, which is the stupidest reason to get points
big,
off.
I know, they're big unknowns, but you got to realize these big studios as well, you don't know that game. You don't know that name.
Mm-hmm.
They are not going to get your ad revenue money.
Exactly. So, and that's, because it's a number game, because it's, what's the number at the end?
Yep.
Then it becomes what are people going to click on? It's a rat race.
It is, which sucks. And that's why, you got to look at the smaller guys who.
And that's why, no matter what medium you look at, video games, movies, even books, it's like, it's not really, you can't get 100% 100% authentic.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't get it authentic. It's like when you're reading books and it goes, New York #1 bestseller, right?
It's garbage.
They only needed one book to get that title. They only needed one book to hit the top charts.
For the author.
And then they slap it on every single piece of garbage they put out afterwards.
Yeah. Kind of like Ubisoft.
It is like Ubisoft. Oh, don't even get me started. They released another gameplay trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, and every trailer they put out makes me like it less and less.
I'll need to take a look because I was always like, honestly, like after, I'm trying to remember the last Star Wars game, Fallen Order.
It's so Ubisoft coded. So take any.
So what does that mean?
Well, look at Ubisoft games in your mind. Okay, so you've got like Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. You've got the RPG-esque.
What is it? Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Yep.
Skull and Bones. Is that no?
Yeah,
that's not Ubisoft.
It is Ubisoft.
Is Ubisoft?
Okay. Basically, it's very Ubisoft coded.
Yeah.
You get your health bars above your head and everything else. And
is this a UI issue though? I feel like
it's also got the really clunky like movement system that your character just kind of bounces off people, and I don't know.
I'll need to look at it.
You should look at it because it goes from
it sounds hard to explain.
It is very hard to explain. It's just like a texture and taste issue that I have with a lot of these Ubisoft games.
A lack of soul.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Way to put it.
That's what it is. It is a complete lack of soul. The game feels mushy and bland the more gameplay trailers I see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I think you should. So this goes into, I think that less gameplay trailers actually lead to better hype for games.
You think so?
I do. Because, like, take Black Myth, for instance. 5 years, and that thing kept hype through it. Never releasing a gameplay trailer.
It did not keep hype. It died off after the first year, and then this past year, it shot back up.
That's fair. Okay,
that's what happened.
That's fair. But they didn't release any gameplay trailers until literally a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ubisoft, they had a whole lot of hype at their first gameplay trailer. And it's just gone down and down and down.
I think it depends on the quality of the gameplay. I don't think the amount of gameplay trailers you put out, man. Phantom Blade Zero's like initial trailer that got me like, I want this.
Yeah.
It's like all gameplay.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Wilds keeps releasing gameplay after gameplay after gameplay. I'm like, oh, this is it. Like if Hollow Knight Silk Song dropped a gameplay trailer tomorrow, you would be and kept dropping it throughout the whole next year, you would be even more hyped for it.
I mean, maybe you make a fair point here. I think maybe it's the safer route for studios to do.
It is.
Because I would have...
Because you don't need to show your game.
Because I would still be excited for Star Wars Outlaws if they had only released the first 2 gameplay trailers.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that they showed it because now you don't want it. So... No, it's not good for them.
Yeah, it's not good for them.
It's great for you because now you don't need to buy a mid-game.
Exactly. Now I'm not going to buy Star Wars Outlaws unless they fix some things.
I don't know. Oh, other news.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16, which I've not bought because I don't have a PS5, is coming to PC.
I know.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
For me.
And it makes you wonder, why even buy a PlayStation anymore?
Yeah. There are a couple games that are still PS5 exclusive that I would like. Demon's Souls being one of them.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade being one of them.
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok's getting a PC release too.
Yep.
So, not even that.
So the question then becomes, right? Like, you used to buy PlayStation, like big PlayStation 3, early PlayStation 4.
Yep.
It's all exclusives, right? You bought PlayStation for their exclusive games. They don't really have exclusives anymore.
Well, I think you're thinking about, all right, the PC market is still different than the console market, though.
Yeah, but okay.
If you're buying a console, so, all right, let's take PC out of the equation.
Yeah, so you got Xbox and you've got PlayStation.
If you're getting into gaming, like brand new, don't know anything, Xbox is still a better choice, I would say.
It is because you get Game Pass.
Yeah, and so you get to try out and play a ton of different games if you're brand new.
Exactly.
Like, if you know well enough, just like, oh man, I really want those PlayStation exclusives, then PlayStation would be the way to go.
What does PSN even cost these days?
Witcher 3 was a free game on it, though.
Was it?
Yeah, that was. So that's a plus for PlayStation.
That is a plus for PlayStation. I guess.
I think they have the prestige of their exclusives being very acclaimed.
But they aren't even making more. Well, I know they are, but
it doesn't feel like
it. It doesn't feel like it because there's nothing big. I mean, I know they're dipping back into like the Uncharted IP and stuff, but it mimics a whole trend that's been going on, right?
Yeah.
Toy Story 5, Moana 2.
Cash grabs.
Cash grab. It's regurgitating slush because their original ideas aren't hitting.
I mean, well, I don't know. I think I'd still enjoy another Uncharted.
No, I guess that's the deal, right? Is like if they do it well, I'll still enjoy it. It just feels lazy.
Does it?
It feels lazy.
I would need to see it.
I guess
before I would say lazy.
I guess I would love to see another Uncharted game, but I would love to see it alongside two new IPs.
It's not the devs being lazy; it's the
studio.
It's the brass being like, what's safe, what's going to get numbers.
Yeah, like generally speaking, I'm never against the devs, right? The devs put a lot of work into it, and they're told what to do. And yeah, generally speaking, I'm not against the devs. It's the higher ups who dictate what things happen, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like what's going on with Arrowhead Studios and totally blanking, Helldivers 2.
Oh, I'm not keeping up with Helldivers at all.
So Helldivers,
which seems to be working out for me. So
Helldivers has been on a massive nerf fest.
Yeah.
So basically, everyone's complained that the guns aren't powerful enough and the enemies are getting harder.
The players are revolting, right?
They are. That is the headline, and it's because everyone's had these complaints, and then they went and they nerfed fire effects right before releasing a war bond that was all fire weapons.
Oh. That's not cool.
And so I've seen plenty of analogies that are like, you go to the mechanic with one flat tire and you expect him to fill up the tire. Instead, what Arrowhead does is they deflate all three of the other tires and then you're like, well, see, it's all even now.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's a pretty common comparison I've been seeing.
Yeah. Opinion forming. I don't know. I don't care. Sucks.
Sucks to be a Helldivers fan. Oops, that's me. Rip.
Yeah, and many of others,
and a lot of other people.
Yeah. I mean, it was exciting to see another multiplayer co-op game.
Yeah,
those are you got the horror ones, but there's not a lot of like large multiplayer.
Yeah, large ones, right? But I don't know. Deep Rock Galactic.
Always good, but I've played it enough at this point where
Yeah, I mean, I'll always dive back in, but
yeah, okay, yeah, yep. And there's more information from Black Ops 6 Zombies.
Yeah,
as well, actually,
which they're going more the Cold War route.
I know. So in their like information thing, they were saying like the main inspirations they were drawing from were Call of Duty Cold War, Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yeah. Which
I want to know. Yeah, well,
so big thing here. I was looking earlier today. Did you know the consensus is Cold War Zombies is in like the top 5 of people's most favorite ones?
Yeah, I know people like it.
Yeah.
But
I will say I'd never enjoyed Cold War Zombies single player, but I really enjoyed playing with friends.
I personally, and maybe it's because I never gave it a chance, I personally am way more classic zombies than Cold War zombies. But they said that their main inspirations were Cold War zombies and Black Ops 3 zombies, right? I want to know where they got the Black Ops 3 inspiration, because when I was looking at gameplay, when I hearing people talking about it, it's all Cold War. There's there's gobblegums, but I mean, like, seriously, that's what you're going with? It's like, that's the main Black Ops 3 inspiration.
I'm thinking that they're going to be releasing more content, more maps and stuff that feels more traditional. I think it's going to be a mix.
No, it's the problem is that in Cold War, it's hard to die.
That's fair. It is very hard to die.
They have like a time limit too, but like
yeah.
It was way easier to die, and it felt way more like impactful with like Juggernog or even like other things that might increase your health, which there wasn't a lot of. In Cold War, there's a lot of different ways to increase your health, and you got self revives, and you had like a certain amount. Yeah, or you could get like infinite if you had enough scrap or whatever. So I don't know. I don't like that. I think there's a lot less like stakes involved, and it's like, well, what's the point? Yada yada. And they're doing with the Easter eggs. I'm personally fine with this, but I know some people aren't. The first like probably couple weeks to a month, it's gonna be classic. You don't have steps. The community figures it out, which I love. Community figure out Easter eggs. One of the best parts about the zombies community. Then they'll release a guided mode for casual players, right? Which I think is fine. I think it's fine to have both those options.
I think it's fine too, but there's something to be said about going on YouTube and watching a guide and following it.
Yes, having the wiki anyway.
Yeah.
So exactly. So that's just what it's removing.
Yeah.
So, but I think giving both options is a pretty good thing. I think another thing I didn't like, they're letting you start with different weapons, and the weapons have different rarities. I hated that system. You should be starting with a pistol.
I agree.
I think, you can
unless they've ramped up the difficulty.
From the gameplay I was seeing, I was not seeing that.
It
was taking 5-6 hits, no perks.
I didn't watch the gameplay. I just read a couple people's opinions on it, and so I need to watch it and see. But I don't know.
Yeah. The maps look great. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
The new perk looks fun. Just the punching one.
I mean, it'll be fun to play with friends, and then you play it and you'll see, is this something I want to play single player?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't fault it. This one I think is really going to be you'd need to try it and feel it and see if it's a version you like.
I'm still willing to give it a chance. I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
Because I just want.
Yeah,
I want to chase the feeling of maybe having a Black Ops 3 in my life again, whether that be through multiplayer, trying to get golden guns, or zombies doing Easter eggs.
Well, they are doing progression similar again, so
yes,
there is a.
So there's that, and but that's never been like the biggest thing to me. But we'll see.
Custom decals,
which are fun. They'll never bring back custom emblems, dude. I remember Black Ops 2 specifically. You had some like nasty emblems.
Oh, of course.
Like, absolutely wretched, vile, like scraping the bottom of the human soul, putting it into 52 layers onto your Black Ops emblem.
But you do have to admire the effort.
There were some pretty detailed symbols of past horrible people.
Yeah, exactly.
They had some. I mean, even like I was like maybe like 11, 12 playing Black Ops 2. You're just loading the game. Oh, who's in this game? Ass. Right there in your face. Just bare tits.
I know.
On the screen.
I know.
It was. I can't believe it. That was, which is why they'll never bring it back. But like, it was. I mean, I spent hours making custom emblems, not of asses, but of but of like anime characters or like even like cool. I made an evil Kirby one.
Yeah,
that was fun.
exactly.
Yeah, so that I like that part.
Yeah.
Of the expression. Maybe just make a better like flagging system or something like that, or reporting system when it comes to emblems. But who knows?
Who knows?
Not coming back.
I feel like they have the team now to moderate it, but
you would think. It's when you give the communities are double-edged swords.
Yeah, they are.
As always, you see you get the best and worst interactions through games.
Yeah.
Through the community.
Yeah.
I would never. All right, I would never want to be called like a Pokemon fan. By any means, I would. Sorry, but I'd rather stay away from that. The implications of what that means.
Yeah. I
think the modding community, the ROM hack community, those are awesome places where, even if I don't, I wouldn't be friends with a lot of these ROM hack authors in real life. Make good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
So, something like that, and, you have your getting called slurs, and then also, partying up with friends. You got your
Yeah, I've met a lot of cool people that I played a lot of hours with just online.
Yep. You got your fan art of like, amazing, awesome characters,
Yeah.
and then you have your
Rule 34.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Of characters that shouldn't be, so stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always a double-edged sword.
Absolutely.
I think it's beautiful, but also very decrepit at the same time. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like we're not really getting a ton of those spaces or like in-game spaces. Now it's all outsourced to like other spaces.
Well, they're all playing it very safe.
Yeah. You get on Discord servers.
Mhm.
You join, like, you find some pages on Twitter or something like that.
They don't let you public forum it.
Yeah, which might be good. Because
it might be good.
Because those social media sites have way better flagging systems anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's sad to lose the public forum, I guess.
Yes.
Everyone's in their own
bittersweet, you might say.
Everyone's in their own private stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what it is, right?
I mean, it's the return of the group chat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's early internet, and now, we're in late stage dead internet, but
yeah, I mean, even most of the social media stuff is like bots anyway, so it's just what it is. But yeah. We have another year to go through.
We do.
For game of the year. I know we went through top 10s, but
and 6.
Yes. Right off the rip, I can hit you with the games that you probably won't mention.
Okay.
Mother 3 came out in Japan.
Mm-hmm. I was not going to mention that.
Because it hasn't come out in North America. Still.
Well, that would be why I wasn't going to mention it.
Exactly. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I doubt you mentioned that. And it's not even worth bringing up in this contention because Platinum was way better. Diamond and Pearl, super slow. Twilight Princess came out, which is a bit more contentious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only listening. The original Dead Rising from Capcom came out.
Yep.
Monster Hunter Freedom,
mm-hmm.
which is PSP version, came out. And then what else in 2006? Hold on. I know there's another one I was thinking of off the top.
You'll get there.
I know. Nope.
Final Fantasy 12.
I don't care about that one. Sorry.
Okay. Well.
Yep. Hit me with it.
Okay. So let's see what they picked.
Yes. Yeah. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah. The BAFTAs, the fun BAFTAs. Yep. 2006 from Ubisoft Paris on the Xbox and PC. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2.
Oh, that was a game? Sorry, say the game again? What was the game?
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon 2, Advanced Warfighter.
No, before that.
What
was that the first one? Whoa, what the heck just happened?
What?
Never mind. Continue on. I'm over here having... Yeah, I'm hallucinating right now.
Did you just hear something I didn't say?
You just said a lot of words, and I was like, that's the publisher. Where's the game? All right, anyway, just keep going.
Okay. That's not the game I would have picked, by the way. Let's just put that out there immediately. DICE Awards.
Wait, that was what they chose. Hold on. So BAFTAs chose Tom Clancy's
Ghost Recon 2 Advanced Warfighter.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what the BAFTAs chose.
Yes.
Great. What did DICE choose?
DICE.
I'm having an aneurysm.
From Epic Games on Xbox and PC. Nope, just Xbox, I think. Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Yes. Oh, it did have a Windows version. Nice.
Man. Gears of War 1.
Yep.
2006.
Yep.
It's a good game. I mean, that's a Game of the Year coded game.
Unreal Engine 3. Now, you want to hear what competition it came up against?
Yes.
Games that I utterly adore.
Good.
Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
I know. That I cannot believe that neither of them chose that.
Bully from
Rockstar. Yep. Bully's great.
New Super Mario Bros.
On the DS, which probably got skipped on.
First Company of Hero games, which I don't think you've played. But Company of Heroes 2 is probably one of the most popular top-down World War II RTSs.
You think I would know that crap?
That's fair. Half-Life 2 Episode 1, which is the sequel to Half-Life 2.
Yep. Episode 1.
Tomb Raider Legend. Okami.
Okami's so good.
Yes, the cell shader. Hitman Blood Money.
That was a good one. That was good.
Destroy All Humans 2.
Ape Escape 3. That was the one I was trying to think of.
Go.
Oh my gosh. Ape Escape 3, 2006.
Lego Star Wars 2.
The original trilogy.
Yep. Call of Duty 3. I don't remember if it was a DLC or a spin-off. It's Vice City Stories.
That's a spin-off.
Okay. Wii Sports.
I know. All right. Dude. All right.
Like the Wii.
Yeah. The Wii came out in 2006.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot to unpack with
I know.
the Wii.
I know.
Did Punch-Out for the Wii come out in 2006?
I don't think so. I think it was 7. I could be wrong though.
Okay. Yeah. Mario Galaxy was 2007 as well, I believe, because it came out late 2006.
Saints Row.
Saints Row, the first one.
Yep. No, I don't think it's very good.
Nope. Just Cause, I'm pretty sure, also Just Cause 1 also came out 2006, or was that way later?
I think that's... I don't know if it's way later, but... Goodness, Just Cause 3 was 2015.
Yeah, dude, that's 9 years ago. Sorry.
Just Cause 1 was 2006. You're right.
I love feeling smart.
You are right. Wow. There's a couple other big games here.
Yep.
And you're going to be surprised.
Okay.
You probably won't be surprised, but we've got you don't even know this one. Medieval 2 Total War. For Total War fans, that's probably one of people's favorite Total War games. So that's fine. Whatever. Okay. Guitar Hero 2.
Now we're talking.
Have you played that one?
Yes.
I've kind of figured. All the rest, a lot of sports games, a lot of these like Mortal Kombat Armageddon, just really raking it in off the name. Battlefield 2142.
I don't know if I played that one, if I'm being honest.
I don't think I did either, but
Sorry, guys.
That would be the games.
Yeah, it should be Oblivion.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking it should be Oblivion.
I know Gears of War is very much a Game of the Year coded game, and we've talked about that before. Yeah. Like there are games that are built just to win awards.
I'm also going to say this. In terms of bestsellers, I'd be willing to bet in the top 10 bestsellers for 2006, almost all of them are DS games.
Oh, you want to take that? You want to take that?
Yeah. I mean, I bet New Super Mario Bros. Was like at least top 3.
Here's the top 10 from 2006.
Bestsellers.
Yep. Madden NFL 07.
Doesn't count.
Gears of War.
All right.
NCAA
Doesn't
football. Count. Guitar Hero 2.
Sure.
Lego Star Wars 2.
Sure.
Call of Duty 3.
Yep.
Cars. The game. Based off the movie Cars. It's like when we've talked about
Let's go,
It's
guys.
like when we've talked about the Harry Potter games that come out.
Yes.
Ugh. Need for Speed Carbon,
Let's go, car fans. We got it. Ka-chow.
Let's go racing. Need for Speed Carbon.
Yep. Racing
Kingdom
game.
Hearts 2, which didn't come out this year. It's still from the previous year. And then Fight Night Round 3.
These are not the best sellers of 20.
These are the best sellers of 2006.
No shot, because there's no DS games in there. And DS was the best selling system.
I'm just telling you which games sold the most.
No way. I don't believe it.
Yes way. Yes way.
Okay, well, let's talk about why Oblivion might have been the
dude, because Oblivion is just
just great.
You want to talk about
Oblivion's great.
A Bethesda game? That's
Dude, New Super Mario Bros. Is the first game that pops up on like 3 different sites.
No. But I am on Wikipedia.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia article.
2006
in video games?
On 2006 in video games.
No shot.
Well, I don't.
All right, our data's been spliced. Whatever. We'll decide that. We'll figure out that later. But I'm just saying.
Oh, I apologize. Mine was in the United States.
That sucks.
So that wasn't worldwide.
Yep, worldwide.
But
We're talking
US
about worldwide.
So USA.
Well, Japan kind of made the Mario games though.
Yeah, but anyway,
we can keep Japan.
Goodness, now I got to add Japan to this.
Yeah, in worldwide. Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oblivion.
Yeah.
Is better than any of these other games, and will always be better than any of these other games.
Wii Sports is pretty cool.
Wii Sports is very cool.
I like when you bowl and then the Mii's turn around and they're like,
And they all go, woo!
yeah,
Dude,
nice shot.
I play Wii Sports.
I bust down with the Wii Sports occasionally.
I do too.
I'm more of a Wii Party guy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
It's cool.
I like Wii Sports Resort.
Now, all right, we can shake on Wii Sports.
Wii Sports Resort is great.
Yeah, sword fight. Oh wait, free flight with the plane.
Yeah, and the balloons.
Delicious.
Oh yes,
delicious.
I know you could fly around the map.
Oblivion is good.
Oblivion is better.
Oblivion's good. Oblivion's better.
I would say that the BAFTAs really made a silly choice.
Yeah, why did they go with the Tom Clancy Ghost Recon 2? All right, Ghost Recon is one of Tom Clancy's better series.
No, I know.
I'll give it up.
And Splinter Cell. And Splinter
Cell.
Yep.
I'll give it up for Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Over Oblivion is insane.
Yeah, this is also the really weird one that like kind of tried to rip off the Source engine, but looked kind of goofy.
Come on, guys, come on. Like, why BAFTAs?
I just don't understand. British people are weird. They got funny teeth, no dental.
Yeah, and it's crazy that they went for the gun game.
I know, for real. Out of all of them.
I mean, Oblivion's the knife game.
It is.
You guys are way more coded for that.
But Gears of War is a fine pick from DICE.
No, this is an easy one for us. Oblivion.
Yeah, Oblivion. 100%. I would always take Oblivion over anything else.
I would say... No, it's not even worth putting anything close to it.
Oblivion is so much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much... I can't even think of like a game in the list we've said that...
Oblivion is a game.
Baten Kaitoast Origins, which has an amazing soundtrack. It came out for the GameCube. It has some of the best sounding battle themes of all time. Just so you know, that also came out in 2006. I got to give a shout out.
Never heard of it.
I would not expect you to. I haven't even played it, but I've graced my ears with the songs. I will send you a link, and you will need to give me your experience.
Am I going to eargasm over it?
Probably.
Okay.
If you like cool violin.
I love cool violin.
There you go. Well, it's more melodic versus atmospheric stuff.
Okay.
It's a battle theme.
Yeah.
But, wanted to give that a shout out as well.
Okay.
And Mother 3 again. I like Mother 3. Even it should be...
There were a lot.
It should really be on NSO at this point.
There were a lot of good games that year.
Yes, there's a lot of good games in the past. There's so many good games. So many.
I know.
Games.
What does it take to
us being kids again? Fortunately,
getting too old.
It's okay. I'm chasing that feeling as hard as I can with all of my jailbroken and emulator stuff and all that. Which actually, maybe next episode I can go in more detail. I can have them out and show them off.
Yeah, you should show them off
and talk about how that was and how they are and what they do. That sounds fun.
That would be really cool. You should do an episode like that.
Do that next time.
Yeah.
You should join us next time. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I've been Cade.
I've been Micah.
Thank you for listening all the way to the end of the BroadBoys podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Peace out, losers.